And we're live.
We're live.
Just like that. Easy peasy. Hit a
And
button and
squeezy.
boom.
All right.
Well,
Good evening, everybody. Tonight's a special night for us. We get to talk about
what?
We get to talk about a really cool event that happens at the Nationals every year that's put on by a great group of guys. It's about 20 or so guys. Now, when I say we, Brent and I just get to film it. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, this is all about the Hardy Adams Invitational. So we'll give everybody a chance to kind of learn about what it is, what it's for, who does it, the who, what, when, where, and why.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll get some really cool stories out of our guests tonight. And, we're going to have some fun with this.
Most definitely.
All right, Evan, how are you tonight? Thanks for popping in. Okay.
Why am I not getting anything?
I don't know. But let's bring Mike on here real quick while we got him here so we can get this going. Mr. Mike Suk, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great tonight, guys. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you coming on. As we just said a little bit ago, tonight's all about the Hardy Adams Invitational. It did go by another name, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, as much as you want to share?
Well, that's a good one. How much do I want to share? Well, we're talking about the convention. We're talking about the years at it. I started collecting back in 96, 97. I started collecting Hot Wheels. We're up in my office now. My real collecting zone is downstairs in the basement. I had a really good friend of mine who one day I went over his house. His wife and my wife were really close friends. And we went over after work one day. We were shooting the breeze. And he said, hey, look what I just got. I just got this Hot Wheel off of a new thing. What's the new thing? I got it on eBay. eBay? What the hell's eBay?
Right.
Thinking eBay. Donnie, what you been drinking? Give me some of that freaking Bacardi, buddy. So we started drinking Bacardi, and I'll never forget it. It was what is that? The 1978 Corvette with the 35 on the hood. He was so excited. He got it for he won the bid for 27 cents, but the shipping cost him like $3. But he was ecstatic.
That's not bad.
No, and so he actually worked pretty close to me, and I started collecting Hot Wheels. I did it when I was a kid. Had Hot Wheels when I was a kid, but fast forward to big boy job, and now, after we go to work, come on, let's go hunting. What the hell's hunting? Well, we're gonna go looking for treasure hunts. I go, okay. So we get out in the car, we go looking, and even back then, finding treasure hunts was a pain in the booty.
Mm-hmm.
So my love rather quickly went to my background, where my brother owned an auto body shop and I was a diesel mechanic in the early days. It went to auto body work, and I said, well, I'm going to start customizing these things myself because I can't find them. So I started customizing. That's really where I got the love for Hot Wheels, just cutting them up, tearing them apart, painting them, decaling them. So that really started me on the path of heavy collecting, lots and lots of cars, just to cut apart, just to open up.
Yeah, so this is new guy.
Yeah. So, I went to the first convention, the first nationals that they had in Oak Brook, and I've been to every one ever since. So I haven't missed the nationals. And because my love of customizing was where it was, maybe third year in, I started to organize the after hours custom swap. So what it started was a bunch of guys who didn't know anything about customizing, and we were all excited to customize, to learn new tips and tricks. And back in the old days, trying to pull tips and tricks out of some of the old timers was tough. They didn't tell you what clear coat to use, what paints they were using. They just came out phenomenal, gorgeous looking customs. So we would get together one night during the convention, shoot the breeze, talk about customizing. And the deal was everybody had to bring one custom to swap, and the first 2 years were kind of impromptu, but then we really organized it. I organized it in 2005. So I think one of my first giveaways was 2005. I don't know if I have it up here. Yeah, it's probably downstairs. But it was the After Hours Custom Swap 2005 where we really started. And about 15 to 20 guys got involved. I had good relationships, with Chris Walker and, some schmucks from Detroit. Are you in your office?
No, I am in a different office. If I was in my office, I'd have a bunch of children running around going, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" But no.
Children, right?
No comment.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. So
welcome. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
It's all right. So just to introduce Joe a little bit, I think I held the first After Hours custom swaps, a few without Joe. Joe, when was your first convention?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I got CRS. That was my first convention or first time to swap?
In the swap. What was the first time in the swap?
I think you were like 3 years in it. So maybe like the third year, and I don't remember exactly where.
Yeah. Chicago was the first one in 2005 that was organized. So Joe hopped in, and Joe, he turned out to be an okay customizer. So we've won a few trophies together.
One or two
trophies together. We all have our little niche. I like to hand paint. I'll hand paint my flames. We do sparkles. They put you in as sparkles. That's funny.
Did they really? I can't see it. It's too damn small.
No, your name is still Joe. I just put that in there to kind of.
Oh, somebody called me Sparkles. I can't see who it was.
Yeah,
it was me.
Oh, thanks.
Ted called you Sparkles. We call Joe Sparkles because he loves to sparkle up the cars.
Damn right.
And blind to everybody.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I love making them bright.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the clear coat. I wonder who taught me that.
That's all about the clear coat, right, Joe?
That's it, buddy.
I remember Joe pulled me aside one day and he said, "Hey, what the hell, man? What do you use for clear coat? That shit looks great." And I said, "Well, I'm using Two-Stage Automotive." And he goes, "Really?" I gave him 2 pictures and it was history since then. It's all about the clear. The more clear coat you can put on it, the prettier it gets. Little jewels.
More expensive, more sanding, more clear coat, more sanding, more clear coat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is. I'll put it on until it's dripping off. I'll wet sand that shit right off.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wet sand that shit right off. I love the clear. Yeah.
So when was the first the Hardy, not the Hardy, but it was the original, was the
original was called the Death Race.
Yeah,
that was Dearborn, which was probably 07, I want to say.
Was it 07?
I think it was. I'm not positive. I know it was in Dearborn.
Well, we did, we had a few swaps, and then Joe came with an idea. There's no doubt, Joe came in with an idea and he said, "Hey guys, with this whole idea of doing a custom, the amount of work we put in the custom, it was a sadistic idea. I really want everybody to know,
Very, very.
You know, if you were going to call us a team, Joe and I a team, he's the sadistic half of the team. He came up with the idea. I mean, I was all about customizing. He was all about breaking them. You know,
Well, it wasn't so much about breaking them, although that's what it's turned into, and I love that more. But it was about the feeling you get when you put all that work into it, and then all of a sudden it's like it slips out of your hand, or your kid comes running through the door and it knocks it over, and it's like, I just spent 3 weeks on this car and it's chipped. Now what do I do? And it's that feeling, and I wanted to recreate that, you know. And I'm like, yeah, let's recreate that, and let's put some pain and agony in this, and that'd be really funny. We can all laugh at someone's horror, you know. And that's where the death race came into, and it was like, yeah, you know, so many go in and only one survives. So, and that's where it came in.
And I, you know, I was all for it because I mean, there have been so many nights where you do you're doing a paint job, and one little speck or one little thing goes wrong with the custom, and I've had more of them hit the wall in the basement of 3 different houses now. You know, hit the basement wall and just smash them to pieces. And the nice thing about customizing, right, Joe, is that we can always put it back, make another one. You know,
make another one, and usually make it better.
Yep.
Yeah, it usually does come out better.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Yeah, I know I've been hit with quite a lot of shrapnel. So
Yeah, it really turned into it really turned into a much more open event. You know, when we went to the death race.
So tell me, like, the early years, and I can remember watching From Red Lines to Treasure Hunts documentary. It wasn't so much like out in the open, everybody knew about it. It was confined to that group of about 15, 20 people.
Yeah. We have a tight crew.
How has it expanded out now? Because now it seems like it's a little bit more one of the better events that everybody wants to try to get in and go to. So can you guys tell me how that's evolved?
Well, it started getting bigger and bigger, and we needed bigger spaces. And Mark and Jennifer were kind enough to give us a space to do this in. Of course, we had to clean it up because, you know, we all make a mess.
Yeah.
So it just grew in popularity, and it was, you know, it was cool. But
We did hold it a couple times. If I can interrupt, Joe, real quick.
Yeah,
we did hold it a couple of times. We held it in the lobby because, you know, before Mark and Jennifer really took over the convention, you know, we had to deal with Strauss, and we were running around different places, you know.
We did it outside one time.
Yeah, we did it outside one time. We did it in the lobby. We've done it in hallways, you know, and guys are lined up because, you know, the room, it was getting, I think we had a couple of complaints of people under our room because there was
just one.
It was just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
sometimes one's enough.
Yeah. So we
sitting here trying not to laugh as I'm hearing all these great stories.
Oh, it's crazy. And, you know, it was in my drinking days, so it was pretty.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 There's a story there. I don't know if we want to go into that or not.
Nope.
Probably not on the live.
Not on the live. We'll save
Nope.
We'll see. That'll be if we're gonna have an after show. That would be an after show story or an offline story.
Yeah, absolutely. We had some
So-
really good times. Some really good times.
How do you guys come up with the cars? Who's responsible for that? And is it gotten crazier and crazier as the years gone by, or?
So we started. It started with, you know, we were all doing different castings for the death race and the swap. We're just whatever you wanted to do, and then it was like, well, okay, some were way better than others, and some castings were dogs, and some were not. And it was like, you know what? Let's even it out and give everybody a challenge. So Mike pretty much picks the swap car, you know, 100%, and I started picking the death race car. It was just like, That's it. And as time grows, we want to evolve. We want to challenge ourselves, this, that, and the other. We started coming up with, well, it's got to be more than just a paint swap, because some were getting done like last week or the day before or whatever.
Yeah, we had to dump some rules. We had to really dump some rules into it because it wasn't just it turned into just not a beginner's class anymore.
Oh no. That's why I'm glad I'm not a part of that, because I do not have the talent to pull this off. I see some of that stuff and I just get so intimidated that I'm like, nope, I don't want any part of that.
Well, that's where, Kent, that's where I really didn't, when it comes down to the swap, I think everybody should try it. If you want to try customizing, we'll open arms. We'll bring you in and pull you in to it and lead you and guide you. You know what I mean? We don't want anybody to feel like they're ousted in any way. We open it up at the end of every race and at the end of every swap. We always open it up to anybody who's in the room. If you want to get into it, get into it. We just, again, to back Joe's comment, we had some guys that would come with ropes, and we don't have anything wrong with ropes. There's nothing wrong with a rope, but when you have a fellow who spent months and months hand painting or filing, JB welding, putting windows in, putting hood scoops in, and then you got a guy who comes in with a big ass smile and he goes, "Hey, look at me. I put this in." And it's a dyed car that was dumped in some RIT dye. And me and Joe and I look at it and go, how are we going to be really, really nice and not lose our shit on this guy? So
yeah, that's where the hammer comes in.
That's where the hammer came in early, right?
Yeah.
That one don't belong. It doesn't have real riders on it. Smash. I mean, it doesn't even make, we don't even want anybody to have attention to it. So like, you're out, done.
Yeah.
So we did put a set of base rules in play. Right, Joe? I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
so
my biggest thing was real riders, right? Got to have real riders.
Yeah. Got to have real riders. Got to be cut, chopped, modified in some way, shape, or form.
Some way.
No
stock paint. You can't just have stock paint. It's got to be painted.
Yep.
Right.
And yeah. But I mean, it made every one of us who had zero skill at the time, step up, and new people who got into the swap wanted to get into the Hardy, or and they stepped up, and it was like, pushing and challenging. And unless you have that, you can say all day, hey, I'm gonna go ride my bike every day and lose 10 pounds. Unless you have a group of guys going, hey, get off your ass and go do something and go do this and go do that and push you, and ride you, you're not going to do it. And that's what we did. But we did it in a loving fashion and pushed everybody. Really? And I mean,
wide open.
God, I mean, people are just excelling left and right and coming up with crazier and crazier ideas. And it's like, whoa. I mean,
and that was the idea of it, Joe, right? I mean, we put it together so that we could discuss, just like, Joe asked me on that first day, Joe's like, "Hey, Mike, what clear coat do you use?" I'm like, "Oh, I use PPG 2-stage clear coat, man. It's automotive. It's freaking awesome." He's like, "No shit." And that's what we do with everybody who's involved, right? Like some guys are going, "How the hell you get that car so blue? How does that car get so blue?" Well, I hand paint it with latex paint. And, and they're like, "What?" Yeah, that's what we do. We talk all the good shit. And it's,
and like Mike said, it goes back to people back in the day were really tight-lipped about doing things, because it was, their secret, and they didn't want to give up the little, I don't know, fame or whatever.
Yeah, it was their jam, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get it to a degree, but that's not what the hobby's about. That's not what we're about, and it's all about love and sharing and community.
And another note, I remember the day Joe came in and he had some flames in his hand, some decaled flames. I go, "Where the hell did you get those?" He goes, "Oh, I use a silhouette cutter to die cut my flames." I'm like, "Son of a bitch!" Son of a bitch! I'm sick of buying these fucking things.
So there is one more rule that I think that nobody talked about. It does have to roll too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Corey Spencer rule.
That is the Corey Spencer rule.
I mean, Corey.
Love Corey to death. He does some crazy, amazing work. I got a few pieces of his sitting proudly in the cave, but it was like, all right, well, how are we going to push Corey to do it? Yeah, there you go. How are we going to push Corey to do something different? That 20-pound statue of nuts and bolts and iron and 5 different cars. Yeah, it's got to roll next time.
So some of the builds that you guys have seen over the years have been pretty unique. We talked about the Scorpion, I think, with Corey.
Yep.
What other builds have stood out to you? Because I can remember Greg Sully's Ferris wheel from a couple of years ago.
That was last year.
That was last year.
That was last year.
Yeah. Funny story on that one is, of course, I wasn't able to attend, and I saw that one, and I went, I just like it killed me because literally that was my idea. I didn't give it to him. Give it to him. I was going to build something like that.
Now starts the bullshit. Oh, that was
no. Hold time out. I was going to build something exactly like that. However, I will say, even if I did, his definitely would have beat mine. 100%.
Listen, his would beat yours anyways. Don't.
Well, that's because you guys all team up against me.
Oh, there was.
All right.
What was the one year that you had it was like a carousel, but it was more like a mirror. You had like
it was like an
amusement park ride or something.
Yeah. We had what was it? The Stage Fright, Twin Mill was one of them. The VW drag truck, I think, was another one of the castings we had to use on that. It was something else. I couldn't remember what. But yeah, who's got that one? I think Mike's got that one down in Ohio. Yeah.
Mike Barnes?
Mr. Barnes?
Yeah, Mr. Barnes has that one.
Barnes might have that one.
I think, God, I don't remember where that one. I think that might have been a Chicago run. I'm not positive.
I think one of the other unique ones was when we had that like 3 years ago, we had the truck. It had 2 fenders on it and a louvered hood, and Roy Lee turned it into a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, the Frankensteiner.
The Elkenstein rod.
Elkensteiner rod, that's it, yeah.
That's the Suck You.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first. The Elkenstein year was the first year that I had actually been there. And I actually ended up saving a car from that night.
And what happened because of that?
I got booed.
And why did you get booed?
Because it didn't get smashed.
See how
how did that?
Brent, you see how evil they are?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
on this, right?
Because I still have, because the Elkenstein custom that I have from the Hardy is in the other room. I actually have one of the entries from last year somehow. It's been hit with a hammer, but it still looks most likely like it did. So you
got guys that come back with vendettas too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got guys that come back with vendettas, man. They'll fuck you up the ass so hard. Oh man, you work.
And there goes the PG rating.
You work decades on a piece, and they want to do nothing but smash the shit out of it.
So when we did the GMC motorhome, God, that was years ago.
Yeah, the motorhome.
Yeah, I built one, and I was like, man, I really like this, but I know those sons of bitches are gonna smash it. So I was like, I can't do it, and I put it off to the side, and I built another one, and I'm like, nope. I put that one to the side, and I built 4 of them. 4 of them, and what did they do to the 4th one?
Smash
it.
No, they smashed it.
So if we're going to talk about most, yeah, look at that thing. See, look how awesome that is.
Yeah,
I had to buy mine back.
and it has ghost flames on it, but they're really hard to see.
Yeah. Tom
was just
Schick ended up saving mine from that Hardy.
Yeah.
Kept it for quite a number of years, and then he brought it to a show down in Ohio, and I'm like, I got to have that back, and I bought it back from him for the amount he paid for it.
I had Stu, my short little buddy. I had Stewie buy one of mine back. I said, "Hey, been on that freaking thing."
So how did the booing come apart?
How did the what?
The booing for
the booing?
saving a car. Yeah, for saving a car.
Because we all want to see things get
It's a
smashed.
natural progression.
Yeah, it's
People
natural.
Natural progression.
I mean,
So-
when you want to see something and you can't get to see it,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
And I'm just going to leave that one to your imagination.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, though, I think the most memorable kickoff to the smashing that I felt there was somebody that I felt so bad, and I don't think he's ever come back from it. Was remember the buses that we did, Joe, and the Frankenstein bus the kid did? He cut it and he stitched, and it looked like stitches.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, he ended up winning that one too.
He did, but he did. He won. He didn't win with the Frankenstein. He lost one of his pieces. I forget what year it was, but he spent hours on this thing. And it was the most beautiful job that he did.
Yeah.
And it got smashed. He actually left the room. He left the room.
Wow.
It was called.
He went by 666. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it was
off the top of my head.
666, right? I traded
Yeah.
I traded a couple of AOKs with him, customized AOKs, because I love trading customs, right? If somebody,
Oh, that's right. He won with the 57 Chevy, and I own that one.
Yeah, he won with the 57 Chevy, but his bus the year before when we did T1 drag buses.
Yeah, it was put on a tray, like a surgical tray, and it looked like Frankenstein. Literally cut it to pieces, this, that, and the other, and laid them all out like a bloody mess, like he was tearing apart a corpse or something. And it was stitched them up. It was amazing, amazing.
The van itself, when he put the van back together, each seam he left the seam like it was a scar, and he put a stitch throughout the seam. So it really was Frankenstein. It was unbelievable. This kid was just freaking great, and it got smashed. And he just he pulled me aside and goes, "Mike, I can't take it. I can't that." He fell apart.
Yeah.
That was like the most memorable one for me, for somebody getting bent out of shape. And yeah, we learned, I think from that, I learned to do doubles. I absolutely do doubles.
I think the one that hurt me the most was Hardy's. It was the GMC motorhome, and he made it into remote control. And he stood in the back of the room, and he's like, and it starts moving. And it was like, the deal was it had to be secret build, and he gave it away, and boom, it was gone.
Yeah, he broke the secrecy rule.
Yep.
Right? So we have the secrecy rule of who built it, right? If you know that I built it. I mean, I'm actually changing the way I do things now, because everybody's, they look at sparkles and they go, well, we know who did that one. Joe did that one because it's got sparkles all over it. They look at mine. Oh, look at those hand-painted flames. Yeah. Oh, we know who did that one. That's Tcat's hand-painted flames. So, that's a secrecy rule, and Hardy broke that one.
So speaking of Hardy, can you kind of tell us about who he was, how he impacted the event, and what he meant to you guys?
Yeah.
Good evening, Roy.
I'm gonna, I'll break into tears on this one, but
I was trying to keep that as nice as possible.
So Hardy got into the swap before we had the death race.
Yep.
And one of the things that Hardy loved to do, things like his name to go by was CC Free, right? He was like, Hardy was Hardy was a child of this. He was a product of the '60s, right, man? I got to tell you,
Yeah.
if I walked up to Hardy in the halls, I would think he was like he just did a hit of LSD, and he's just like listening to freaking Janis Joplin in the corner. I mean, he was so fucking awesome. And
Nicest
he was
guy.
He was the nicest freaking guy. Didn't he do Stink Bomb, Joe? Did he do Stink Bomb?
No. That was Psycho Man.
Oh, that was Psycho Man. So, anyways, Hardy was doing things funky, and he had talent, right?
Oh
He had
God.
some.
Beyond ours, way beyond ours.
Yeah, I actually have a couple pieces. Like I said, I love trading customs with guys, and we trade all the time. And I've got a couple of his in my collection. And he always brought it. Let's put it that way, right? He had great ideas. We put it up to vote. He had great imagination. He brought it. And when we lost him, we lost a piece of what we were all about. Everybody, every one of us. It was a sad, it was fucked up.
Dallas was tough. That was 08, and you just right before Dallas is when he passed, and
somebody brought his car. Somebody brought his car to the swap.
Lance did. I believe it was Lance Crane brought it.
Somebody gave us his car to put in the swap.
Yeah, and it ended up. Brendan ended up taking that home. And I have a
Flintstone mobile. Oh, what?
Oh God,
fuck? Flintstone mobile.
Yeah, that's the free spirit, all right.
Oh yeah, that's the shittiest. He's the one who started the bullshit.
Well, that's
bullshit because of him and that freaking Flintstone machine.
Oh
because
yeah,
he handed everybody one, right?
Yeah,
so
that's where we started challenging even more. When that was like, he's like, I'm going to challenge you guys beyond belief, and I'm like, I'll bring the casting, and you guys aren't going to believe it. And it's like, we're thinking. I mean, we're going nuts thinking about this thing for like what, the whole year.
And he shows up with a fucking
shows up with that, and it's like, oh, you got to be shitting me.
I tried getting rid of it. I actually tried hitting it with a rule. I said to him, I said, Hardy. He goes, what? I said, it doesn't roll. We can't use it. He pulled it right out of the package, rolled it across the desk, rolled it across the credenza. He goes, it rolls.
Yep.
Little bastard.
But then it's like, how are you going to make rubber? How's our rubber tires going to go on this thing?
This freaking piece of crap.
I ended up spending well over $200 on mold making and stuff like that, just to make rubber tires to fit that damn thing.
I use those stupid bones to make roll bars and shit. Like, people are going, you didn't use the bones. I'm like, they're right there in the roll bar, right there.
Well,
so how hard, because now, there's specific castings that are normally used. And, is there ever a point where you literally have to get pictures of the process to see, like, to prove that, yes, I did use these parts?
we haven't yet, but it's like, so last year, I think Roy supplied the castings, and it was just because it was getting hard to pick certain castings and do different things. Cause it was like, okay, well, let's do 3 cars, and then here's 5 cars, pick 3,
Right.
So it was getting a little difficult, and, the only time we'd have was the time we were there, and then everybody got home, people got busy with their lives. So I just said this time, the heck with it. You know what? 4 cars, you pick, take pictures if you need to prove which castings are in there, this, that, and the other. So,
and the judging process is a team judging process, right? So everybody stands there and we all go, yeah, he used all the pieces. Yeah, he used all. If he has to defend himself, then he has to defend himself. And we, and everybody so let's put it this way, amongst your peers, if 5 guys use 5 different casts or 4 different castings, and he goes, I use this, this, and this, and this, we all know it,
Yeah.
So what would happen if, say, somebody didn't use all the pieces? Is their car go straight to the smasher?
I think I threw one across the lobby one year. Gone.
Well, hey, I refer back to Hardy making his remote control RV go across the table. So Yeah,
Terry
you're out.
Terry lost because he didn't put real riders on it. He thought he was getting away without real riders. Remember?
Yeah.
Terry, beautiful car.
Yeah. Ramp
Terry-
truck for the wind. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
So
Have there been multiple winner, or has somebody won multiple times?
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I've been screwed multiple times. Yeah.
Has there been somebody that hasn't won yet?
Yeah, I
maybe.
would say probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. If Roy can win, hell, anybody can win.
So
Roy
there's
and
hope for you,
Greg.
Brent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, on the swap, we used to before we did the death race, we kind of judged which one was the best on the swap too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then you had a car for that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always made a batch of cars.
So,
Nice.
but even still, even though there was a winner and a whole bunch of losers and a pile of parts and stuff, everybody won. Because we all learned a new technique, or we learned, we gained another friend, or we saw something different and got different ideas. So, and now we've passed along the whole thing, and we're sharing the love with the charity too. So, I mean,
yeah, I mean,
we just keep going forward and making things better, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big one for the money aspect. I could care less. I mean, I got a big boy job. I got a real career. Joe's got himself a great career, just like I do. We don't care about the freaking money. Some people do their things for the money. We don't care. It's more about, it's more about seeing who's going to get pissed off the most.
Yeah.
It's about money. It's who gets pissed off the most, right? I mean, I can turn pretty beat red when what's that kid's name who always tries to buy mine because he says, I'm TCAT, I'm smashing that freaking thing. I don't care if it costs me $250.
You can narrow that one down.
He's a Bengals fan. He's a Bengals fan. He comes from Cincinnati.
Oh,
He's a
Larry?
No. I think it's Greg.
No,
Brought his girlfriend one year and she fell in love with the thing, and then he said, "Oh, smash it." She goes, "I'm not smashing." Then he goes, "Oh no, I bought that. You're smashing."
I know the guy. I think I know the guy you're talking about now.
Yeah. It's not Thompson.
Yeah.
It's somebody else. I can picture it.
See, I don't have a story like that because everybody wants to smash mine. Everybody.
Well, I want to say one of yours survived. What is it, Atlanta?
There's a couple that have survived.
Derek, yeah.
There's a couple.
There.
Derek, that's the kid's name. Yeah. Derek's
So
right.
nice. When it comes to smashing, because we've talked about it, but who is the greatest destroyer of the greatest wheel?
That's a
the
good
hammer.
Go ahead, Joe.
It's easy. Coco.
All day long. The first time Brendan brought his wife Coco, and she just
Oof.
that was the funniest freaking. She's like, oh no, she's all dainty and delicate. Oh no, I can't smash that. No.
Mm-mm.
It's like he's like, you don't know. I was here last year. Hit the goddamn thing.
And now she's like, yee. She gets that hammer in her hand and it changes. She's just like, oh, that's gonna be fun.
She is fists of fury.
Yeah. You think it's like a Hulk smash? No, Coco smash.
Coco smash. Yeah. Coco.
There's a T-shirt in there somewhere.
She'll be over talking to somebody, kibitzing. She'll be shooting the shit with somebody. She'll come out of nowhere. I'm smashing that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of the best.
I think one of the things I look forward to the most is actually seeing the stuff get destroyed. I don't know what it is. I just love it. It's like, oh, that's just so wrong. I know a couple of our guys, they like have to turn away whenever they watch it, because it's like I can't watch it.
it was the year that we videoed for the car. One of the cars was the 55 gasser. And there's a lot of 55 gasser fans in our neck of the woods and all over the place. But the cars that you guys did for when the 55 gasser was involved were insane. I mean, there was transports and everybody had just amazing cars. And a lot of people were like, can I just buy that? Like, yeah, you can buy it, but you got to be the highest bidder. And I think some people didn't quite understand that, like, oh, these cars aren't going for 60 and 70 bucks. I mean, I think there's been quite a few cars that have gone for over $1,000, and just to keep them from being smashed, It's like, and I've also seen them go for $1,000 and then have been autographed by there was, one year, Brendan's car, I think it went for $1,000, and the buyer had Brendan sign it, and then he had Brendan smash it. And
that was Atlanta.
Yeah, and I think I
have. Was that Jason Thompson?
Yes,
it was Jason.
It was definitely Thompson. And I think I have the roof of that car, or possibly the hood where he signed it. I can't remember now. I have to go back into my stash of things I've found at conventions, and I'll have to look in through there because I have pieces of quite a few different cars actually. And that's one of my things I try to do every year is try to get a piece of a car, just so I have something to kind of line them all up. Like, oh, this was one year, because I actually have the spider bug. I got a piece of Roy's spider bug somewhere here in my house. So it's always kind of fun to see just when people kind of freak out that we're destroying these gorgeous vehicles, but it's like, that's the point. It's to have fun.
That's it.
It's just having a good time. I mean, like you guys said earlier, you guys tend to make 2s and 3s of these, so you get to keep one in your collection. I haven't figured that part out yet.
Hold on, Brent. I got to tell you, only if halfway through it turns out it's looking good.
Yeah.
Then you go back to okay, I'm halfway through. I got to make it just kind of. I got to bring the second one along to make it be like that.
Yeah. Hi, Charity. Stupid spider.
Charity! I was just gonna make a bug joke and Roy it, but I'm gonna be nice because Charity.
Don't. Charity loves those.
No, yeah, you're good. It's
that's all right. We'll move along.
So with this year being, you had to choose 5 castings and you had to use 4 of them. Are you?
Well, we didn't choose any castings.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's the participant.
Whatever 4 you wanted.
Yeah. So are you guys expecting this year to be just? Are we, you guys gonna have to spend a lot of time going, all right, you got to prove your cars, or is that at the end? How are you guys going to do that? I think,
honestly, Brent, that's a great question. And Joe, I mean, honestly, we see it, we know it's I think each one is going to have to be defended immediately.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's as long as we've been doing this, it's pretty easy to pick out, okay. Yeah. That's a 55 gasser, or that's a dairy delivery, or whatever. So there's going to be a lot of parts that are very easily distinguishable.
Identifiable, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's going to be parts that are very easily distinguishable, like something like this.
Yeah.
Let's see what that is.
I don't. Not a clue. I can't see on my phone.
So
it's a truck cab of some kind.
Yeah, it's a cab off of one of those haulers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But everybody's going to be able to see it. I mean,
well, I hope you can figure it out, Mike.
Bug engines.
Yeah.
Bug the rear bug engines. Yeah, all the guys who are in it, they know.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking at shit floating around here.
Yeah, I have boxes of project cars that I want to do and just haven't got around to doing them. So one of these days,
my world.
Yeah.
So what does the winner get other than bragging rights? Do they get like a trophy or how does that work?
There is a traveling trophy. Like put it together and you'll name on the trophy, and you get to have it with you for a year. And then you got to give it up.
Very nice.
So it's kind of like the Stanley Cup, but cooler.
Yeah.
And a little smaller.
A little smaller.
Problem is,
for now,
for that, we've only had to put one name on it multiple times. That
and it's
little
been down
bastard.
in that
What does he want,
state
like
south of the
14?
border,
What's he won, like 4 times?
something like that.
And who is this multiple winner that just seems to?
You know, anybody who has the same initial in their first name as their last name, it's just, you know, you can't.
We got to make another
letter,
rule.
The first letter of your name is the same as the first letter of your last name. So like GG, SS, you know, something stupid like that. Like, you know, Joe is JA. You know, you got some little bastard like RR. I mean, who the fuck names their kid RR? Roger fucking Riley. Fucking bastard. I love him to fucking pieces. But he's won like 5 freaking times.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's because he always does something different.
Oh, he does something crazy.
Always does something different. He doesn't have a particular style. You know, it's just different.
Yeah.
Right.
Not Joe. Yeah.
Joe's not a multiple winner. Now, have you won yet, Joe? I think you've won, haven't you?
I have one. I've got 1 victory and 1 second place.
Nice.
So
Second doesn't count, bitch. Don't count it.
hey, I'm the first loser.
The Ultimates is in the ladies' room.
You know, I have, you know, because there was Corey helped do a couple of mini Hardys before, and I've placed second in that both times. So
I tried.
You know, yeah, you tried. You know, and
it's what it's about. Trying.
It is, and you know, and you know, my first,
this.
you know, the first custom that I ever did, I actually still have upstairs in my living room, and all I did was just did a little cut and modification, and didn't do anything crazy to it. And then when Corey came up with this idea to do a mini Hardy at this other event that we were at, I went ahead and actually put 2 cars together for the first time. And I really liked that car. And one of these days I will get around to building it again. And, you know, I haven't, because it was one of those things where it was my first one. And I was like, well, I'm just going to leave that as it is. I mean, I have the pieces to rebuild it, but I haven't ever done it. And then I built another one that the show that one was at, we didn't actually smash anything. So they got to come home. So I have that one as well. But that one came with a second place trophy from Corey. He made the trophy, and he took 3 Hot Wheels and he drove a very large nail through all of them and smashed them all together. So I have that trophy sitting with that car. And, you know, so, you know, when I look at the work that is done for this event, and it's like, I look at it and it doesn't scare me. It gives me a lot of ideas and hope. And it's like, all right, you know, maybe I can come up with something that I can hang with. So we'll just have to see how that goes. So
listen, let's do it. Just do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, as long as these next 3 weeks don't go by too fast, we'll be all right.
Oh, I need him to slow down. I gotta do a lot of painting this weekend to finish up.
Yeah. And I was just gonna really quick here. I got to open a car because it's one of the things we do. So I got to open this one real quick. It's the 59 delivery.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on that. That's what I gotta paint.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I just opened mine. So yeah, there you go. It will not look like this for very long.
That's a swap car right there, buddy.
Yes, it is.
Not 50 Ferraris.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
doing that.
So before we get going, hey Mike, I got some bad news for you, bud.
For me?
Yeah.
Is it going to cost me? Do I have a wallet? Do I have to pull it with my wallet?
No, I don't need bail money. I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'm there for you, kid. I know people up where you live.
Yeah, you know people.
You know people.
Unfortunately, life happens, and I will not be attending the convention today.
I heard.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I will be sending a couple pieces, provided I can get them painted this weekend. So.
Well, if they fall on the floor before they hit the. If they fall on the floor before they hit the table, not my fault.
You're funny guy.
I'll blame Squirrel or somebody.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know?
Bouncing.
All right.
Oh,
Well, you send him. We'll take care of him, Joe. You know I miss you, buddy, but
Oh God, you know, I was ready to go, but life is happening, and I got things that I got to prioritize.
I always tell everybody, you know, I got a big boy job. You got a big boy job. We have families. You know, this
That's
is
it.
fun. But let me tell you, if my youngest needs something, or if my wife says, "Hey," you know,
Yep.
I've been very fortunate. I've been very lucky that my job allows me to fly around the country. Right, Joe?
Amen.
I've been very lucky that my job allows me to go all over the country. So
Yeah. So
I can schedule my time, being a national guy. And you know something? Brent opened a car. Should I open a car, Ken?
Yeah, you should open the car. I think we should all open the car.
Is this a 1 hour? Is this a 1 hour show? Are we
Well,
done in 1 hour?
we've got about 10 or 12 minutes. So,
Well,
yeah.
because
Joe,
unfortunately,
what do you think
my
about this bad
big boy job starts in an hour and 9 minutes. So,
You like that thing, Joe?
I can't see it.
it's the
Is that
Ghost Rider Charger.
Ghost Rider.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Yes.
You need it?
I did see that. It is very, very cool.
I don't give a fuck if you need it. No fucking way. You ain't kidding.
Oh, wow.
So
This is a great
yeah.
candidate too, because
I'll even
there's.
rip the little plastic flames off the side.
So I just opened this, and there's a paint chip on the fender.
Of course there is.
That's not can't
I
work.
literally just opened it. So,
All right.
You got to cut it
So
up.
this is how much I love you guys, and I had to do this tonight. So I had to leave the house early. I'm obviously at work, so that I could do this at work, so I wouldn't be late for work. So I've got my beverage.
oh yeah.
Oh, he's got, yeah.
Yeah, no, I had to have this one.
Yeah, you got to have
yeah.
that one, Joe.
Gotta.
Right.
Yeah,
Very nice.
donut boy. You know, that'll give you agita, right? It's gonna come out hard, too.
Mm.
Well, that's gonna make the highlight reel.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure there's a meme happening somewhere. Somebody's gonna have a screenshot of this. It's going crazy.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Whatever. Here, wait. I just still without the glasses, so you can a better meme.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Screenshot that.
There we go.
No, so I'm sure it will be.
It will.
The only problem is you have a badge next to it, kid.
Mm.
Oh man, I already. Oh, all right, never mind.
I did want to say thank you to both of you and to all the guys who are doing this. It's an awesome thing that you do, and to support the charity. And you guys have a lot of fun with it. I'd also like to say thank you for letting us film this. We started out doing this just to kind of show our folks back here some of the convention stuff that doesn't happen, and now it's kind of just evolved to letting us do it, and I really appreciate that. And at any time,
Oh, we're glad you're there, guys.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Yep.
It's a smashing good time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Roy, send me the screenshots and I will get it posted at Nationals.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sure. Hey, if there's a T-shirt, Roy, I want one.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess everybody else has ripped one. Here's mine for the night. Little 68.
And what is that?
2005 Selection Series 68 Nova in blue number. And this is way too sparkly of a sticker. And an old
never
81 of 7950. Yeah, so you can't even see that. Anyway.
Kent, let's be honest. You got that out of the vending machine 10 years ago.
No, I got that at a show about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Good job. I think it needs a blown engine in it.
Yeah, good. It's a Chevy because it's not worth anything.
Hey.
Ooh, hey.
Mopar or no car? You know the rules.
Yeah, no car it is.
Joe, you know what Kent said he was going to do? He said he's going to take this engine out of this car and put it into that Nova.
Yeah, it needs a Hemi.
There you go.
I do what you gotta do.
Customizing's all about, man.
Yeah.
It needs more than a Volkswagen engine on this one, though.
That wing. He's got to put that wing on there.
No. Yeah, that'd be cool. This is actually going to sit on my desk at work.
Oh, 100%.
As it should.
100%. It will sit on my desk next to my little Chihuahua that I got last year.
Yo
Did you
quiero,
not?
Taco Bell.
So last year obviously I missed because I was in school all year long, and the guys we mess with whoever goes to this class. So I come in one day, and my chair's got a Serape on it. It's got a Hot Wheels license plate, and there's pink fuzzy dashboard, cardboard dashboard with a steering wheel, and a little Chihuahua going like this. It's still sitting on my desk.
Nice.
Man, all I need is that little bouncing head on my dashboard, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
This is a really heavy car.
It is. I love it.
That's why we picked it, Brent. We actually picked it because Mike Barnes is giddy over that casting.
Oh yeah.
Is he?
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He's giddy over that casting.
He does love that car.
It's a very detailed car. I mean, they did a good job on this one. It's a decent.
Well,
it's a nice casting.
We all have our favorite castings, Joe. We did
Yes, we do.
57s for you one year.
57s. Yep.
I had to do 2 that year because one got smashed and one had to go in your collection.
And it is still in my collection.
Nice.
I have it as a screensaver on my laptop.
Bone shaker next year. LOL.
Closed roof only.
No, there will be
How many
no
times
bone shakers. No.
We've done so many bone shakers.
Bone shakers suck.
There's no room.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Can't even put a decal on the damn things. You can't even put one flame lick on those things. They're so small.
Well, hey, whoever's driving, make sure you bring a hammer.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to bring a hammer down.
I'll call Hilly.
Fine.
I mean, we're driving.
Yeah.
There you go. Big hammer.
I mean, let's see.
Hey, go to Harbor Freight. I'll give you the money. Go to Harbor Freight and buy a 5
little mallet.
Yeah, well, I think we can make that happen.
Yep.
Yeah, $10.
We just need to find something better than cardboard this year to smash on, because they just kept going directly into the cardboard. And well, I mean, I think I don't know.
Well, Corey brought that block one time, a block of wood.
Yeah, and we were
that worked out well.
Until the cars were getting embedded in the block of wood, and we were having to pull them out.
Well,
Granted,
better than the carpet.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I mean, I've never seen that, but I mean, there's what we need is almost like a metal plate or something.
Nah, that'd be too loud.
Too much noise.
Yeah.
A 2x
Too much shrapnel.
Little piece of pressure treated 2x8 works well.
There you go.
Well, I think that's all we got tonight. I mean, there's no more cardboard carnage to talk about.
Nope.
So what day is or what night, day, whenever is the Hardy?
It's usually Thursday night after the dinner.
We got to run.
Thursday night after the dinner. Find Mike, find Roy. Find one of the guys. It'll be out there. We're to be out there. Ask around.
We'll have a spot for it.
And it's open to everybody to attend, correct?
Open for everybody to attend. Anybody can bid on cars. Participants are already picked, so it's not open for everybody to participate for that.
Yeah.
And we do cash, and all the money will go to charity. All of it.
Nice. Well, that's all that I got for tonight. Brent, you got anything to finish up with these guys?
Not that I can think of. I'm excited that we're literally 3 weeks. I think we're 3 weeks now, 4 weeks.
Not even.
Not
2
even.
weeks.
Yeah.
2.
No, it's longer than 2. Please tell me it's longer than 2.
Well, that's all I got. That's the most I got to send a car out to get there.
Oh, okay,
19th,
yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, because it's you're not wrong. It's literally 2. Holy shit!
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's not 2 weeks away. So
you got some work to do.
Yeah,
all the body work's done. The body work's done. It's in primer, both of them. So
nice.
Should be able to get some painting done this weekend. The wife's got a shopping trip planned with a friend of ours. So
yeah, mine is not quite there yet. So we'll see what I can do. So
there you go.
Yeah, this weekend's pretty much shot for you.
As long as I'm not putting it together in the hotel room, we're good. So
yeah, no Greg's, No nicks.
No nicks, yeah. Because I have seen that many of times where they're building their cars in the hotel room, like the
Minutes
paint is
before.
still, like the paint's still tacky when it goes into the smash. So
Exactly.
I'm hopefully gonna have mine a little farther along than that. Everything is done ish. I just got to put it all together now. So.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. The one last question.
Yeah.
Joe, you've already answered this question.
You know.
But Mike hasn't answered this question.
Mike has not answered this question.
I feel like I'm being railroaded into something.
No, it's a really easy question because they're right behind you actually. When you open a car, no, you're not.
Oh yes, I am on this one.
I can't see, but yeah,
cars.
do you with your loose cars, do you face them driver's side or passenger side?
Oh, it has to be driver's side.
All right.
Has to be driver's
That's
side.
3 weeks in a row.
Well, we need to get our guests then. No, I'm just kidding. We need to get some of the
Typically, can I use the word typically?
Yes.
Typically.
Yes,
Mm.
Because I don't know, all mine are, but you can clearly see all mine are passenger sides out, and all of Kent's are driver sides out. So it became a little bit of an inside challenge.
Oh, really?
So
Joe.
Hey, Kent, I'm glad I could support you, buddy. You know what I mean?
No, we're here to support you. This is about
Well,
you guys.
I do want to close out by saying thank you guys for having me on.
no problem.
Ditto.
Anytime.
What you guys do is great. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? And
You guys boost the hobby big time, man.
yeah, without
boost
you
the hobby
guys
big
doing
time.
what you're doing, we couldn't do what we do. So
I
appreciate you so much. I was very happy the very first time, Ken, you said, "Hey, can I film this?" Hell yeah, as long as you don't mind swearing.
Yeah,
Which we just put up a disclaimer and roll out. It's shit happens. It's like let's have some fun and then see what happens and raise some money for some charities and it works out in the long run. So everybody gets to have a good time. And there's more evidence of the actual smashing part. And I think during COVID that helped out a lot. Well, that was the one thing because there was live smashing and people got to see it. So and I think that sparked more interest in it. And I really like the fact that there's more people getting involved in it and more money is being raised. And it helps out everybody in the long run and it brings everybody closer together. So
That's it.
it's a great event and I'm glad to be a part of it.
It's all about the events. I mean, they put the convention together, but it's really all of us who enjoy these, these remote little events that really make it.
Yep.
Make it the bomb.
Yeah.
All righty. Well,
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
again.
all,
We
guys.
appreciate it.
Time to
all
go to
we got
work.
for tonight.
Yep.
Next.
Peace out. We'll
As
see you in
Mom
a couple
says,
of weeks.
Time to make the donuts.
There you
All
go.
right.
Donuts. You do. You
Hey.
look like the freaking Dunkin' Donuts guy.
All right, I got something to show you two real quick, and then we'll let you go.
What's that?
All right.
Just stay there.